The federal government has reasserted the nation's readiness for business and domestic gas production, emphasizing the commitment to a sustainable gas and renewable energy sector. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ekperikpe Ekpo, disclosed this at the second Domestic Gas and Infrastructure Summit organized by the Abuja Chambers of Commerce and Industry earlier today in Abuja. Kaftan TV correspondent Benedict Uku reports that the federal government spelled out ways to drive domestic gas development, including the intensification of domestic gas consumption, curbing gas flaring, and promoting policies to support gas-to-power initiatives.
2 years after declaring the next 10 years as the decade of gas, Nigeria is still struggling to deliver sufficient gas to the domestic market amid growing demands. Despite being a global producer of gas and endowed with one of the largest gas reserves in the world. Speaking at the second Domestic Gas and Infrastructure Summit organized by the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry earlier today in Abuja, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe Ekpo, outlined strategic interventions, including midstream and downstream gas infrastructure frameworks aimed at bridging existing gaps and attracting investments and innovations.
Concurrently, our strategies and initiatives are aimed at intensifying domestic gas consumption and decisively curbing gas flaring. This commitment is evident in the laudable Nigerian Flare Gas Commercialization Program, as well as in policies that encourage gas-to-power initiatives, gas-based industrialization, and conversion of flared gas to more economic use, thus turning environmental challenges into economic opportunities. Our roadmap is not just about pipelines and power. It is about the people.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Gabriel Aduda, highlighted transportation as a major challenge and urged investors to capitalize on opportunities in building gas pipelines.
Right now, I think the highest problem we're having in gas production is the transportation of gas, and that is where a lot is being charged as we speak. And that is why we see that gas pricing and even creating the template by the NMDPRA is becoming a huge problem. So we need to get these issues right. And please, we need you as businessmen to put your money where your mouth is. Enough of the talk. The people coming from out there will require very viable and credible partnerships. And that is where you all present the opportunity for them to do so. And so government is looking up to you to be able to join hands with us and push this forward. I'm not here to just read out numbers and get all these other issues done, but to tell us that government is ready for business. Government has worked hard to incentivize the sector.
The Minister of Power, represented by Ojo Emmanuel, emphasized the interdependence of the gas and power sectors, calling for collaborative policy formulation and implementation to enhance energy security and reduce energy poverty.
Addressing climate change, alongside achieving sustainable development objectives, is core to the approach to power sector investments. Given the interdependence of gas and power sectors, there's a need for a coordinated approach to policy formulation and implementation by both sectors in order to achieve the government's objective of improving energy security and reducing energy poverty.
The President, Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Al-Mushtaba Abubakar, represented by the Chairman Energy Trade Group, Chinedu Madwako, and the President Nasima, identified challenges hindering gas development. They urged the government to address financing issues, improve infrastructure, diversify the economy, and deregulate the gas sector to encourage domestic gas development.
I believe the key thing here is for the private sector and the policymakers, government, to synergize, because there's a gap, there's a disconnect between the policymakers, that's government officials who are in charge of energy, and the public sector, who are the ones that need to drive it from the grassroots. There's a huge disconnect. So there need to be more engagement, more interaction, more enlightenment, on both sides, to ensure that at least we have a system that works.
To fully unlock the potential of gas utilization in Nigeria, we need to focus on several key areas. NACIMA has taken the pains to advise on these areas which you look at. One of each is the first is the provision of adequate infrastructure, which is a huge challenge in the industry. We have the second issue is the issue of economic diversification is also paramount by promoting the use of gas, natural gas as a primary source.
The Chairman Senate Committee on Gas, Jaribe Agom, also stressed the importance of fostering collaboration between government and industry stakeholders.
We should remember that Nigeria is endowed with gas reserves with just a drop of oil in it. And so we should leverage on this and expand our gas value chain so that we can sustain and reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, which is causing a lot of hazards.
The summit provided a platform for stakeholders to explore opportunities for improving domestic gas development.